going to take a seat, and we're going to get started for today.
I don't know how to fast forward the video on YouTube, so I have to watch the whole thing.
You don't have, you just have to go into the settings. You know how there's the little gear? You click on that, playback speed, and then you click the multipliers.
I didn't have time to go on that because I don't have a phone.
So last Friday, Ryan? Last Friday we went over the Mont Tremblant experience, right? And we planned out a trip, a school trip with the 5 girls to see how much it was going to cost. So that one was a practice one, right? So as you know, math has the 2 competencies. So today we're going to be working on competency 1, okay? My goal is that today, and I also see you guys tomorrow, I believe, is that we do 2. So I pick the best out of 2 or an average if they're really close, okay? So I'm going to read to you the one that we're doing today, okay? I'm going to hand them out, but I don't want you to get started, but I want you to like read as I read.
I hate drawing anymore. I need a mechanical pen. This thing. I hate using pencil. I'm not gonna draw till it's my birthday. What? Because all I have is pencils, and I want mechanical pens and more lead. I need 0.9 lead.
All right. So we're gonna read it together, so we're all on the same page. Okay. My help for this is supposed to be minimal, right? So I'm not supposed to, so this is your situational problem, okay? So the exact same thing as the Mont Tremblant. Remember we did it on Friday where we went on the trip and we tried to calculate the cost. Remember that this is an algebra situational problem, right? So if you're not writing out the equations that are out using variables, you're probably going to be missing out on like at least 50% of the marks. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind as you go through. Okay, if you need help, for example, reading the question, understanding the question, things like that, I'm more than happy to help you. But it should come from you guys.
Frog on.
So that's why I want to do one today, and ideally one tomorrow. Okay, so if this one goes a little less well, at least we have the one tomorrow to depend on. But you have to do well in both, right? You can't go from not completing this one and getting 100% on the other one and expect you're going to get 100. Okay? Write this one as if it's the only one that you're ready. Sounds good? Okay. So Rosalind has just received a call congratulating her on winning the contest she entered while shopping, awarding her a $500 shopping spree at the local mall. The message she received stated that she must correctly answer a mathematical skill testing question. And this is real, right? If you ever win the lottery or something, at the end, if to actually get your money, usually you have to answer like a math question.
What if you're too stupid to answer it?
So then after, like their logic is that if you can't answer the question, is that like you probably won't spend the money wisely. Right? Because if you just give $30 million to someone who can't do like 3x plus 4, then after, I guess it's their logic. I don't know. Maybe they have another type of like testing afterwards, but last time I checked, it was like that. So she must correctly answer a mathematical skill testing question without the assistance of a calculator. At this point, Rosalind started to panic a little since it's been quite a while she exercised her math skills. So I think we would all be in that situation if they pulled up a math question, right? Not wanting to get the question wrong and lose out on the prize, Rosalind decides to refresh her math skills and looks online for some practice questions, which is pretty wise of her. The contest website has several examples of past contest questions that can be used to practice. Rosalind has turned to you to help her solve these questions and hopefully remind her of any math facts or strategies she may have forgotten.
That was a big mistake.
So the first question illustrated on the website is one that a former contestant failed to answer correctly. The contestant's solution, along with their incorrect answer, is listed below. So number 1, this was the question. It said to simplify the following algebraic expression. Okay, this answer is wrong. Okay, so then what you're going to basically do is resolve it, but correctly. And maybe you want to circle where she went wrong or something like that. Okay. Question number 2. Oh, well, here's where you actually write it out, okay? So please identify the mistake that was made, correct it, and advise Rosalind of what she needs to know in order to avoid this type of mistake, okay? So you need to find her mistake, and then you need to say, well, you shouldn't have done this, you should practice this, okay? Question number 2. So simplify this algebraic expression and find the resulting binomial. So binomial means that you'll have two different things. So in this one here, you'll have one that's x squared and one that's just x. Okay? So there'll be two different, like right, there's going to be an apple and orange, and you won't be able to combine them at the end. You'll be left with two different chunks, but only two chunks. So you need here, you need to just basically summarize and then show all of your work, and then a note to Rosalind. So what should she practice, or what should she remember? So for example, if it's a parenthesis and a parenthesis, we know it's multiplication, right? So maybe that's what you want to write here. If ever there's two brackets touching each other, then you multiply. Okay? Right? This is not an English test by any means, okay? Like it has to be clear enough for me to understand. If I don't understand the advice you're giving to Rosalind, how will Rosalind understand? Okay. Question number 3, same thing. All we're going to do is simplify. Okay. So she's more confident with this one as it doesn't contain any algebraic terms. So it doesn't contain any x's or y's. So she quickly worked out the solution and came up with 80 as the answer. Work out the solution to verify if Rosalind's answer is correct. If not, identify the error she made and write some detailed instructional notes. Okay? So you're basically going to write her a memory aid. Okay?
What's 8 times 8?
So you can use your calculators and whatnot. Okay? Skill testing question number 5. So this is a similar question, right? Where, remember, this is our archer and we need to multiply it in. Okay? Same thing that we studied before. Just don't forget that now there's the A, so A times A.
He was here and you didn't tell me.
Okay. Enrico, do you want to come get this? Okay. So now the last question. Rosalind is feeling much more confident about being able to answer the questions to win at the prize now. She has asked you if there are any types of questions that she should look over that were not represented in the 5 practice questions. Please produce, solve, and explain one practice question from the topics in this unit you feel were not covered in the 5 questions that you have already helped Rosalind with. Okay? So maybe something translating words into algebraic expressions wasn't covered. Maybe there was something like dividing exponents. You choose. Okay? You're free to use any notes that you have, and obviously I'm here to help you. But it has to be, it's your situational problem. Okay, so it's open book, and you have like access to me to ask questions, and I can help you. Okay.
So it's just a practice.
So this is a real one. We did the practice on Friday. Okay. Sounds good. And if you have any questions, please don't feel shy. Okay. If ever you need more time, unfortunately at lunch I'm not available today, but we can extend it to next period or something like that. If you have an accommodation of some sort. If not, then it should be done. What?
Can I stay here for you?
We'll see. Okay. But you should be able to finish it in this period.
If I don't continue tomorrow.
Yeah. But you should be able to. Unless you have an accommodation that I'm aware of. Okay?